Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. We have two 80 proof charcoal filtered, charcoal mellowed. Oh, there's orangey. Hold on. I taught this cat to ring a bell. It's not my cat, it's just a cat that hangs around here. I taught her to ring this bell if she wanted to come in. She was tearing up the screen. All right, anyway, two sour mash whiskeys, one from Kentucky, one from Tennessee, both aged 3 years. Neither one has a website listing. So Michael Hill says, good evening, Ron and everyone. Good evening to you. So this is Evan Williams, Kentucky's first distiller. It's owned by Heaven Hill now. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, charcoal filtered. So it's dripped through charcoal. The common way is chill filtering. It's a method that was actually developed by George Dickel. And it says genuine sour mash. $4.99 for this half-size bottle. $4.99 for half-size bottle. Oh, I don't have my glasses. I can't blame the cat for that. You wait right there, Orangey. Come on. Come on. Come on. Olive fire. Cheers. Cheers to you. Okay, I have the glasses now. I thought I was ready. All right. The Evan Williams bourbon whiskey brand apparently didn't come out till 1955, but the distillery is from 1783. So $4.99 for this half-size bottle. Good deal, huh? That's $9.98 for the full size. I could have gotten the full size bottle for $9.98 glass, but I bought these two half size for a particular reason. Butch Willie says, "Hey Ron, I like bourbon." Well, you came to the right place, Butch, because that's what we're looking at tonight. Now you say, "No, that's Tennessee whiskey. It's not bourbon." Well, yeah. Got news for you. Tennessee whiskey is a type of bourbon. They just don't call it bourbon. But here's an interesting. Tennessee whiskey is not even a type of whiskey that the U.S. government recognizes. It's only under the law of Tennessee. So it's a Tennessee law, a state law of Tennessee that has a class of whiskey called Tennessee whiskey. Well, you know, that law only applies to that state. Doesn't apply to 49 other states, and it doesn't apply to any U.S. territories, and it doesn't apply to any foreign countries. So legally, when they sell it to Canada, it's sold as bourbon. Okay, but anyhow, this is George Dickel Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey, and this brand is called Cascade Hollow. Distilled in charcoal mellowed. See, they don't filter, they charcoal mellow it, just like Jack Daniels. It's charcoal mellowed. What does that mean? What's filtered through charcoal? Tullahoma, Tennessee. They do give tours there. I'd like to go. They give tours. It's way out in the country, though. I mean, it's even finding Jack Daniels was a pain and a half. I went there though, Jack Daniels, but boy, just to get there is like drive you batty. But there's a whole essay on the side. Heaven Hill's famous for that. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Diageo. They might be famous for that. Okay. There's an essay on the side about George Dickel. Then there's an essay on the other side about the whiskey. And this is a liter bottle, y'all. A liter bottle, y'all. And it cost me $7.99. I'm not joking. The legendary Discount Depot of Marrero, Louisiana, Discount Depot on United States Highway 90, business route, ground level, not the elevated. A place you must visit if you're into buying beer, wine, and liquor, especially liquor, because you're going to be fascinated. You better have some cash because you're going to need it. Not that they're expensive. You're going to need it because you're going to want to keep buying and buying and buying. And David Garlapede can tell you I'm right. Robert the Whiskey Scout can tell you I'm right. And then if you get on that highway right by at 45, Louisiana 45, and go south 2 miles, 2.5 miles to Savannah Discount, you're going to be even more amazed. Well, you know what? This product was introduced only in 2018, but it's not being produced at this time. If you get on their website, it says not in production at this time. They're careful to not say discontinued. They just say they're not producing it at this time. There's another George Dickel right on the frequently asked questions. I can't remember the name, but they said it's not being produced, but it could come back. So some of these kind of products, you know, beer too, with beer, it's the same thing, like Samuel Adams. Sometimes they make the black lager, sometimes they don't. Usually they don't, but it comes back, you know, sometimes. So can you find a bottle of this? Yeah, it's around. They produced a lot of it, so you might see it, but it'll be an old bottle. But there it is, the greatest deal, man. Unreal. An unreal deal. $7.99 for a liter. Are you kidding me? From George Dickel? Well, ask David. I gave him a bottle as a gift. It didn't last too long. I'm afraid it lasted about a week. But he was sharing it with friends. They didn't like it. You know, they were like, oh, that's not Jack Daniels. He's like, okay, I'll drink it all. Is that Evan Williams in the black label? No. But Kevin Johnston, this is Evan Williams green label, which I think some states can't even get, but we get it here in Louisiana. Isle of Fire says, I can't remember what brand of whiskey I drank when I was living in Tennessee. I think maybe just some old Crow. I didn't have a car at that time, so I had to walk quite a distance. Well, that's an interesting story. Look, in Louisiana, we get so many whiskeys. It's like you can't even grasp it. You know, it's like, it's unreal. It's overwhelming. So people all the time saying, you ought to try this. You ought to try that. Try this, try that. I'm like, I cannot try all these bourbons. Okay. My back stock in the other room is so outrageous. If you saw it, if you saw the unopened bourbon bottles, you'd be like, man, do you ever think that you might want to get into a program? Look, I'm in a program right now. It's called Trying to Get to These Reviews. It's called Dawn Busters and Taste Challenges. So, but, you know, my friend David said, come try 1793, Evan Williams 1793, 83, I'm sorry, 1783. And I was like, no, I'm going home after the game Saturday night. I was like, I'm going home. I'm already on the interstate. I said, I'm not going to drink that and then drive over 20 miles, you know. And then, but I'd like to try it. I'd like to try the Evan Williams small batch. I'd like to try the Evan Williams single barrel. I mean, yeah, I would like to try it, but and I'd like to try the Jim Beam black extra, you know, the Jim Beam extra, the black label. I'd like to try the Jim Beam, whatever. Oh, they got so many, you know. So, I mean, but it's just not practical. It cannot happen, not in any foreseeable time frame. Oh, awesome. I actually prefer the green label over the black label. I am weird like that, says Kevin. Well, I like the green label too. And when I originally bought them, I did prefer the green label. I did. I bought them in Kentucky. They were $3.99 a bottle. True story. The half size 375s. We're what kind of deal was that? I'll tell you what kind. It was a good deal. It was a really good deal. And then I'd never had Evan Williams in my life. I just bought the black label and the green. I didn't know anything about them. I started, trying them. I noticed that they didn't have the green on the website, though. I thought, well, what's the story with this, It's the same thing with Jack Daniels. Go get on jackdaniels.com. You're not going to see the green label. And in Louisiana, you're not going to see it in any stores. But cross the river into Texas, stop at one of the liquor stores in Orange, Texas, the first town you get to in Texas. Every store is going to have Jack Daniels green label. It's crazy. Okay, appearance. Well, they're both copper, amber, so the appearance isn't going to make much difference, I don't think. They're both 3-year age. They're both 80 proof. So is that a standard bourbon age? 3 years, 80 proof. It is really. It's common. It's not even required. Straight bourbon only has to be aged 2 years. Straight bourbon only has to be aged 2 years. I noticed something else about this and a lot of other George Dickel too, I might add. This does not say straight Tennessee whiskey. No, it just says Tennessee sour mash whiskey. So could it be possibly aged in used barrels? I don't know what the regulations are for Tennessee whiskey, tell you the truth. Because you can't check it on the U.S. government website because they don't have a class for it. You could look at the Tennessee Alcohol Tobacco Bureau, whatever. But there's got to be a reason it's not called Tennessee straight whiskey. It's just called Tennessee whiskey. Because isn't Jack Daniels called Tennessee straight whiskey? I'm pretty sure it is, right? Yeah. Okay. So, but it's age 3 years. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. Like Fleetwood Mac would say, it's a mystery to me. King of the Dot. Okay. Now I have a 2017 Toyota Corolla, and I'm afraid to drive it too much. Haha. I should sell it and get an e-bike or something, but after winter. Well, those Corollas are really durable, I know somebody's got a 2005 and that thing's still running like it's never going to stop. I'm drinking Evans as we speak because Ezra got oversold. Uh-oh. King of the Dots. Gary says, Isle of Fire, I'm driving a 2009 Camry. More pickup than ever. Only 150. All Toyotas should get 240,000 easy. Well, my aunt, my mother's sister, had a 1985 Toyota truck. Those famous, what were they called? They always had that 4-speed manual. And she had that truck for years, and it had over 300,000 miles on it. And she never really had it worked on. And that is not a joke. In 1985, my Corolla feels like a spaceship. See, my 2006 Corolla felt like a buggy. Those sat kind of high. When I'd be on the interstate elevated, it felt like I was in a buggy, the wind be pushing. But it was reliable. I mean, that thing got 44 miles to the gallon on the interstate. 44 miles to the gallon on the interstate. Okay, and it was peppy around the city when I was driving through Chicago and New York City. It would just get up and go, So, all right, enough car talk. But I could do that all day. It just smells like corn, charred oak. Just smells standard, which means it smells like Evan Williams because Evan Williams smells standard. Here's what I don't get. Some people say, Evan Williams, that's trash. That's filth. That's garbage. That's low end. It's junk. And I would say, no. It might be low end. It's not expensive. It's not garbage. Nope. Actually, now that I think of it, I don't recall ever trying a bourbon in my life that was garbage. Never. I never tried a bourbon that I thought was bad. I'm not a bourbon person, honestly. I don't really care to drink it. But I never tried one that was bad. I even tried some blended bourbons because that's a style too, but I wouldn't do a blended with a straight. I don't cross style. But I did Kentucky Gentleman. Tastes good to me. I did the 10 high, and I didn't see where it was a problem. People still buying the 10 high. I still see it at the store. Somebody's buying it. I bet they're not buying it because they hate it. Oh, accidentally sipped it. But it smelled like Flintstone vitamins. Yeah. I was about to say it smelled like Flintstone's vitamins. You say, what type? Oh, the red one, the red berry. I don't know. My Corolla, I know they can run almost forever. I like Evan Williams, good quality for the price. Geary says good old corn liquor, and we all getting picky. I know. Have you ever tried Johnny Walker Black Label? No, but I've tried the double black. The double black is mighty fine, but I would love to try the black. I did enjoy the double black. I loved it, actually. It is one of my favorite scotches. So I'm still going to plan to try Johnny Walker Black, but can you believe it? I never tried it. I tried the double black, though. Let's have a yabba dabba do time. We are. And it's Christmas coming up. Christmas is coming up, so y'all going to see me wearing gay apparel because I heard a song on the radio just today said you're supposed to wear gay apparel, so I'm going to wear it because I believe in like the Flintstones say, have a gay old time, and I'm into that. I'm really into it. Okay. And I know what I'm drinking. This has got to be this has got to be Whammo, the George Dickel. And you could eat a pickle while you, yep. I'm telling you, George Dickel is unique. It smells and tastes like Flintstone vitamin. The George Dickel red, the George Dickel, what is it, khaki, the 12. Now it's called Signature. The George Dickel rye. I'm telling you, they all smell like vitamin. Flintstone vitamin. You say, oh, well, you know, they add Flintstone vitamin. Don't you know? Didn't you read the recipe? They didn't say anything about that. They said 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% barley malt, malted whiskey. And you say nothing about, I'm talking about the regular George Dickel. 12, the superior, now they call the Signature. And they say nothing about Flintstone. So could you confuse George Dickel with other bourbons? I don't know how you would do that. Now, I haven't tried the new George Dickel straight bourbon. I see it. I see it around, of course. Probably tastes like Flintstone vitamins. Okay. But to me, I think I'd rather have the Evan Williams, tell you the truth. Okay. Christ is King. That's true. King of the universe. These blind taste challenges seem to have really sharpened your palate. I think they have, and I think every beer reviewer, every whiskey reviewer should do blind taste challenges because I get so frustrated seeing endless taste challenges where they're not blind and they're looking at the bottle. They say, well, I got Jack Daniels over here and I got Evan Williams over here, and they're looking at them. And then they'll tell you, I never could stand Jack Daniels, and they're drinking it. I'm like, well, what does this prove? I mean, you telling me why you pouring it, you don't like it. It's got to be a blind taste test, man. It's got to be. It's got to be. In beer, but some people are starting to do it. Some people are starting to do it with the beer. And some people say, well, I live alone. I can't do it. Yeah, you can do it if you live alone. You see these tags at the bottom of the glass? Just do it. Take a little effort. Don't be lazy. Some beer reviewers are just lazy. I'm telling you, they're lazy. And whiskey. They'll say, well, I don't know what I don't know who makes it. I don't know how long it's been on the market. I don't know what the ingredients are. And I'm saying when I'm watching the video, I'm like, well, you didn't bother looking that up? How hard was that? It's not hard to look it up. Now I can understand if you did research, you cannot find that. You cannot find it. Okay, fine. That's understandable. It happens to me. But just business about I'm going live and I don't know nothing about it. And I didn't even try to find out. Oh, that bothers me. You know, but you want people to watch, like, comment, and subscribe. But you don't want to do any research. You don't want to you want to find nothing about the product. Seems to me you'd want to know about the product. I don't know, just the way I feel about it. Like, wouldn't you want to know? I do. I look up the websites. Now that's why I noticed. I said, well, these don't have a website listing. What's going on? You know, it seemed kind of strange. It is strange, but it's understandable. I think that Heaven Hill just doesn't want to acknowledge this product. I don't know why they don't want to. They don't. I know they don't. They don't. It's not even listed. Now you say, well, some of those people are busy. They're too busy to do research. They're not too busy to play. They're not too busy to play a video game for 8 hours. You know, not too busy to play a video game for 8 hours. Let's look at the comments. I like the George Dickel. I'm not going to sit here talking about it's bad. It's not. It's good. If you find the Cascade Hollow currently not being produced, I'd still, well, if you find it for $7.99 a liter, you might want to buy 5 of them. 8 times 5 is 40. Talking $39.95 for 5 liters. I mean, yeah, you're not going to beat that. And it's good. I like it. It has character. I mean, it's strange a little bit, but good in my booklet. I did buy my 90-year-old dad Evan Williams eggnog. He loved it. Oh yeah, that Evan Williams eggnog. That's the thing, boy. That's the good one. It's green label too, but that's so good. Oh, is it made with the green label? Ah. Stop all of this. What are you doing? I don't know where that cat is, and I don't like that because then she might be tearing something up. She wants to be inside and outside at the same time. That's the problem. Strange. She comes inside, immediately gets up on the windowsill so she can look outside. So you were just outside. Instead of sitting in a windowsill looking at what's going on, you could actually be experiencing it, but there's no, What is going on? Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Oh no. Are you crazy? Got to be crazy. I'm gonna fix you up later. This cat's up there on the dresser. Up there on my dresser, knocking everything off the dresser into the garbage can. Rosary beads, work ID. I said, what? I knew I heard some kind of banging. I said, you crazy out of your mind? What's the point of knocking it off the? I'm sorry, y'all. This is too much. So let me finish by saying they're both nice products. And I would buy both. I mean, they're both nice, so buy both. I don't see a detriment to them. All right. There's all kind of comments now. I did. Oh yeah, the Evan Williams eggnog. That's some good stuff, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got that exact bottle of Evan Williams. Never tried it though. I got it during lockdown. I'm more of a malt liquor kind of guy, says skateboarder. Well, I've had my share of malt liquor, to tell you the truth. Isle of Fire says, oh wait, now we got too many comments. I can't keep up. George Dickel must have been chowing down on good pickle while he was making that whiskey. George Dickel probably liked pickles. You're the man. You're the man. They're telling each other this. The beer liquor community is unfortunately filled with pretentious snobs, says Kevin. The way she goes, I guess. It is. Well, I'm going to tell you, I mean, it's unreal with that. They are selling. I don't know if, okay. If people 100 years ago drank our liquor, they would be in paradise. It's been perfected for the angels in heaven. Yeah, we get a lot better products. I never liked eggnog, but I haven't tried any in over a decade. Perhaps my taste buds have changed. I would highly recommend it. Just start with something simple. Zachariah Harris eggnog. You might find it for $8.99. I'm telling you. They got the doggone McAfee's eggnog at Mathern's for $8.99. Blossman's, Gold Ring, Sazerac, says Dean Ford. That's yes. A hi from Anfield Plain, England. Been a subscriber for 6 years. Thanks for all the videos, says Dan. You're welcome. King of the Dots, Geary says there's a $5.99 Santa Claus eggnog from Sazerac. Yeah, I would I've had it. It's good. Olive Fire says, oh, Orangey just demands your attention or else. No, it's not nothing to do with attention. She just up on that dresser, knocking everything off. And I went in there, I said, oh no. And now I got to go dig through the garbage can. It's just paper trash, but I can't deal with this, I mean, there's no point to it. She really keep you on your toes. Yeah, she keeps you on your toes. Meow mix catnip hot and get off the. My last cat, I dropped him off at the Flamingo Club. His name was Scratch. Yeah. My last one was named. Well, it was a long time ago. This is not even my cat. This does not my pet. This is a feral cat who didn't even know human beings a year ago, would hiss and scratch and go crazy if you went near her. But I could tell she was trying to become tame because she kept looking for me. Every day she'd be looking for me. But she would act crazy, You too, get down. Is there a liquor so bad you wouldn't drink it even if you were paid? I haven't encountered it yet. Ron Rio came close. Ron Rio silver rum came close, but I don't know, something got infected in that whiskey or something. I mean, that rum. Okay, let's close this out, y'all. We're going on to Orangey picked you. Not much you can do about that. She's very babyish. You no doubt have changed her life. Yeah, I have. Tell it to the judge. This is not my cat. It's not my cat. But she's laying on my hardwood floors. She likes to get on my bed. She likes to rub her face against my beard. It's not my cat. Dean Ford says she don't like that word crazy. She doesn't understand English, but she does understand when I say, well, she does kind of understand because I taught her how to ring that bell. I told her one time, I showed her, I said, now, when you want to come inside, you hit this bell and it'll make a noise and you can come in. And she was cocking her head sideways looking. I said, she's never going to understand this, It was a joke. About an hour later, I hear ding, ding, ding. She's out there ringing the bell. And now she does it every time. Ring the bell to come in. Crazy, right? I'm sorry, crazy. I say that a lot because I watch Madonna's Crazy for You video. So now I'm crazy for you. She can't speak English, but she can understand it a little bit. Okay. As we close this out, I'm gonna say I prefer the George Dickel, but I prefer the Evan Williams, but the Dickel's fine. You know, it's very nice. If anybody wants to see what I found last week, let me know. On Saturday, I found a new bourbon. It'll shock you to the core. Well, it may not shock you. It might just amuse you, and you might find it sad in a way. But it's a historical. But I will count down from 3 to 0. If you want to see it, let me know. If not, well, never mind. I'll show it to you when I get to it. But I did find a new bourbon. Daryl Macias said, let's see. Okay. So I was at a store called Elio's Wine Warehouse because I got to the game kind of early. Tulane versus Central Florida in the American Athletic Conference Championship. I had to get there early because the parking was like disappearing. And I knew that. I said, boy, it's going to be like a torment to find a parking spot. So I was trying to kill time because I had to meet the lady in front of the stadium to get the ticket. I got a free ticket. How do you like that? So and I was walking around in this liquor store and I found this. It's across the highway from Tulane Stadium. So I said, what in the world is G&W? But something made me think I heard of this before. Straight bourbon whiskey too. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 80 proof, aged 3 years. Yeah, you said, ain't nothing special. Oh, I never said it was anything special. But I saw it on the shelf over by the checkout. And they had a tag on it, $8. I said, $8. And I looked at that bottle. It was a liter. I didn't want to walk all the way back to my car. But I said, well, I got time. So I told the guy, I'm going to buy it because I told him I was going to come back after the game. But I said, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. So it was $8 plus tax. $8, what, 80 cents? No, that's not right. It was $8.74. $8.76. It was $8.76 after tax, you know, but he only charged me $8.75 because I didn't have a penny. So I don't know if it's any good, but I'm sure it's good because all bourbon is good. But I knew about this. I said, and I was saying this to myself before I did the research. I said, I think that stands for Gooderham and Worts. Gooderham and Worts. I said, I know that's some old company. And I started typing in it. Yep, sure enough, Gooderham and Worts, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. But they shut down their facilities like about 20 years ago because they said their equipment was so obsolete. It wasn't even worth trying to repair it, you know, or replace it. So the distillery is gone because it was too old. But the rights to the G&W Gooderham and Worts is owned by Laird's today. Laird's got, I don't know, they bought it some kind of way. Laird's is in New Jersey, and they make the famous Laird's apple brandy. So they have a whole lineup of G&W. They got G&W 3-year age, which I got this. Oh, I didn't the price, $8, even $8. So they got this 3-year age. They got a 4-year aged. There's a 5-year age, which is not going to be $8. It's more like, well, you know, like $28. But I didn't see that, so I didn't buy it. But if I see a liter, you heard me right, a liter bottle of bourbon for $8, I'm buying it. I never had it before. I'm going to buy it. That's it. It's getting bought. So it just, the sickness grows, you know, but I got so many now. I mean, I have an incredible, if you saw this bourbon stash, you'd be like, what is this? You know, And then if I told you what I paid for it, you'd be so jealous. No, you would be you'd have admiration. You'd just be like, oh, I can't believe you found all that for such a price. I know, I can't believe it either. All right. You never liked any bourbon that you tried ever. Yeah, like, because their quality standard is high, you see. So the law makes it to where it's good. It's got to be 51% corn. It's got to be aged in charred, new, not used, new charred oak barrels. So like you can't get a bad one. A stash of liquid gold. Yeah, that is liquid gold. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be. Is it going to be great? Yeah, right. It's going to be great because it was $7.90. It was $8 a liter. Yeah, it's going to be great. You know, it's not going to be great, but it's going to be good. It's going to be enjoyable. It's going to be a nice product. Yes. I hear you, Ron. I've got gift boxes 20 years old if I needed to re-gift. Yeah, I don't give a lot of gifts because every time I give people gifts, they're like, oh, thanks, meaning they don't like it. And I can't stand people giving me gifts because I don't need anything. People say, oh, look, I gave you a bird feeder. I'm like, oh, great. Or I gave you a book, The History of Tennis. You know, I don't want books. I don't want bird feeders. I don't want. Now, somebody gave me $200 for Christmas this year. Well, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Cash is cool. Another great deal for you, Ronald, says Daryl. Yes, thank you. It's a great deal. Are you for the birds? I am for the birds. You know, the birds is coming. The birds is coming. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Y'all take care now and get ready for Dawn Busters in less than 12 hours.